Let us therefore, as many as be perfect, be thus minded. See that? Now verse 12 says this. I'm not perfect and complete in the sense of verse 11. I haven't attained yet to the resurrection of the dead. But verse 15 says, as many as take the attitude of verse 14, they're perfect. As many as be perfect, be thus minded. Have the same mind as verse 14. And if anything be otherwise minded, God shall reveal it to you. Nevertheless, whereunto we have already attained, let us walk by the same rule. Let us mind the same thing. So the term perfect up there in verse 12 is talking about future perfection, the resurrection of the dead. And the perfection in verse 15 is talking about having the right attitude toward Christian service. In neither case is it a reference to a sinless life. All right, Matthew chapter 5, verse 48. Be therefore perfect, even your Father which is in heaven is perfect. I got in the car one time, was driving along with a fellow after a meeting. He and his wife and teenage daughter were in the car, and his wife and teenage daughter sitting in the back seat, and I was up in front with the old man. The old man said, young man, he said, you mean well, but you're teaching heresy. And I said, well, what heresy am I teaching? He said, you're teaching that a person can't be sinless. And I said, well, they can't be. And he said, why, the Bible says, be perfect, even as I am perfect. God says, be holy as I am holy. And I tried another way around the thing that night, and I said, well, I'd like to believe that. I said, it's in the Bible, but, I just never met a fellow who was perfect. I said, have you ever met a fellow who was perfect? He said, sure. I said, who? He said, me. And when he said it, me, his teenage girl in the back seat laughed, and she said, oh, Daddy, you are not. Oh, man. Now, when you find a guy that says it's perfect, you talk to his wife about 5 minutes, and you'll find out how perfect that bird is. Vice versa. All right, 6:1. 6:1. Take heed you do not your